Welcome to Out of Bounds. In this video, we go on a multimodal journey from a tropical island in Thailand to the city of Penang in Malaysia, with a railroad border crossing at Padang Besar. This is part of an overland series from Hong Kong to Singapore and beyond. I will use practical ground or water transit options and hopefully share a few informative and fun moments along the way. Please feel free to check out the channel page and subscribe to follow the journey. Right now, we're on Phi Phi Island, a tropical island about 30 kilometers from the Thai mainland in the Andaman Sea. You may already have heard of it, as islands in the area are famous for pristine beaches, turquoise waters, and striking limestone formations. There are reasonably frequent ferries from the island, which we will take to the mainland. Ferry ticket and onward ground transport can be bought online in advance through a variety of service providers. I booked a direct transfer from Phi Phi Island to Surat Thani train station a couple of days in advance for 1,000 baht. In many cases though, these online bookings need to be exchanged for actual ferry tickets at the pier, so it's a good idea to arrive a little early. My ferry was scheduled at 13:30 and check-in started at 1300. Weather became unstable as we were departing, but the skies soon cleared again after we entered open seas. The ferry is rather sizable. Onboard staff will help passengers store larger luggage in the back of the cabin. It's going to be about 2 hours on the ferry, so it might be a good idea to bring some food and drink. If you did not, there is a snack counter in the back. That's also where you can find some charging ports if you're in a pinch. We arrived at Klon Jilat Pier on the mainland at 15:30. Keep an eye out for travel agents, and they're usually easy to spot. I got on a small Mazda sedan at 15:45 for the short 15-minute transfer to the travel office at Krabi bus terminal. While we're waiting, let's go get some quick pad thai. After a bit more than 30 minutes, the onward bus to Surat Thani came. It made a few quick pickups nearby, then got on the highway. It took a bit more than 2 hours to get to the outskirts of Surat Thani. At 19:15, I got off the bus and transferred onto another shuttle for about 30 minutes. Then finally arrived at Surat Thani station at 19:45. We'll be taking the SRT 45 Special Express to the border crossing at Padang Besar. The train departs Bangkok Krungthep Apiwat station at a reasonable 16:10. However, the train then needs to travel more than 640 kilometers southward to Surat Thani, which makes our boarding time long past midnight. Good thing is that the station had plenty of seating, and the weather was pleasant. The station had charging ports and also Wi-Fi, though signal was not very reliable, at least for me. My ticket from Surat Thani to Padang Besar cost 682 baht. Since we'll be here for a while, let's go out and explore a bit. While waiting at Surat Thani station, I saw a few earlier trains of varying class, mostly bound for Bangkok. There was even a cargo train around 0045 that transported motorcycles, among other things. Our SRT 45 train was originally scheduled to depart at 1:52, but on this day it was delayed till 2:20. Needless to say, I was pretty exhausted by the time it finally showed up. I'll be spending the night in a sleeper car made by Tokyo in Japan. These cars have characteristically slanted roofs. There's also a very similar looking variant made in South Korea with rounded roofs. It's not the newest hardware, but there's an impressive number of racks for luggage storage. The bed is parallel to the tracks. Its condition is okay, though it might be a bit tight for tall people. There is no reading light, but of course I was in no mood to read anyway. I do need to keep all the electronic gadgets charged though. There are some ports on the outside of the bed. Good morning from near Hat Yai in southern Thailand. We stopped at the station at 7:49, still more than 1 hour behind schedule. That didn't seem to slow down the work of the railroad staff though. Our train gets pulled out of the station briefly, then reverses back. This is to split the train in two, with some cars going to Sungai Kolok as train 37, while others continue down to Padang Besar as train 45. You can actually see the train 37 cars get pushed into the next track. An Ultraman locomotive reattached to our train at 8:09, and the train departed Hat Yai station a few minutes later. We're closing in on the border at this point. At 8:54, we make a very brief stop at Padang Besar station on Thailand side. All international passengers remain on board here. The train then crosses forward a few hundred meters across the physical border into Malaysia. There is a 1 hour time difference upon crossing this border. At 9:58 local time, we disembark onto platform 2 of Padang Besar station on Malaysia side. Thailand and Malaysia operate two separate sets of border control booths under one roof at this station. It took about 25 minutes to go through both sets of border controls, and the experience was mostly smooth. We will be traveling onwards on Malaysian KTM Commuter train. Tickets can be bought at the station, though I prefer using the KTMB mobile app. It's pretty easy to search and buy tickets ahead of time, and you can scan e-ticket QR code to enter the station. True to its name, this is a commuter-style train with long benches and open seating. Ticket from Padang Besar to Butterworth cost 11.4 ringgit. We departed on time at 10:35 and will be calling at many local stations. Many passengers got on at Aral station, 2 stops in around 20 minutes after leaving Padang Besar. At 12:22, we stopped at Bukit Mertajam station. This station offers transfer for services to Ipoh. At 12:31, we reached the mouth of Phi River. Mountains on Penang Island are visible in the distance. A couple of minutes later at 12:34, we disembark at Butterworth station. We will be taking a ferry for the final leg of the journey. There is a bit of a walk to the ferry terminal, but the entire route is covered. Indoor areas are air-conditioned and signage is clear. I arrived at the ferry terminal in about 10 minutes and bought tickets at the booth. This short ferry ride costs only 2 ringgit. However, tickets can only be bought using electronic payments here. The waiting area is spacious and functional. Though usually you won't have to wait here too long, as ferry services run every 30 minutes for most of the day. Staff will ask passengers to line up about 10 minutes before ferry departure. The Penang ferry between Butterworth and Georgetown is a historic service. It has been operating since 1894 and remained the only link between Penang Island and the mainland for many decades before a bridge was finally built in 1985. That being said, the current fleet is almost brand new. The new ferries are built by Damen Shipyards in the Netherlands and entered service in August 2023. Their exterior has some design reminiscent of the nostalgic old ferries, but the interior offers much enhanced modern facilities. Passenger cabin is air-conditioned and has some absolutely enormous windows, perfect for taking in the view. In addition to passengers, the ferry can also carry up to 50 motorcycles. In 2024, the ferries had ridership of 2.1 million passengers and nearly 750,000 motorcycles. The crossing took just over 10 minutes. As we approach the island side, you can see an old ferry preserved as a symbol of Penang's maritime heritage. From the ferry, passengers disembark directly into Georgetown, Penang's historical center and a UNESCO heritage city filled with culture, art, and culinary excellence. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel and border crossing content. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.